let's explore this illusion of separation, this play of duality that we created and are exploring and have the ability to wake up. To the play while in the play. We can wake up to this illusion of separation and realize that there is no separation in the true reality, which is experienceable even while in this play of separation. We can evermore open up into the inherent wholeness that is absolutely true at all times. You can't actually separate out anything from anything. It sure can seem like it, but it's not possible. And so, in the ancient lineages that I've had the great honor of being immersed in for decades, we're always invited to the understanding that there is no separation, what we call the subtle realm or the spiritual realm is not separate from what we call the worldly realm or the realm of density. There is no separation. When I was at the ashram, my teacher used to say to us, there's great power in the invitation. She invited us to consider that the beings that we don't normally see with our eyes because of the way that the eyes are designed to perceive a particular part of the light spectrum. We only see so much of what's actually going on. If we had honeybee eyes, we would see differently. If we had hawk eyes, we would see differently. So we're only seeing a particular frequency band of the light spectrum. And so the beings that we refer to as the subtle realm beings or the divine beings or the helper beings, they're always with us. They're among us all the time. Now, when we invite them in these ways that the ancient lineages always teach us how to do, such as arati, when we do arati, A-R-A-T-I, A-R-A-T-I would be the English letters, arati. It's inviting in the light. We stand and face toward some sort of murti, to a particular being that is a likeness of that being that has revealed themselves to so many for so many years, and we invite them in. The essence of the arati chants is, dear divine friend, whoever is the particular divine friend, be it Ganapati, Mahalakshmi, Sri Saraswati, Sri Durga Devi, Sri Parvati, Sri Hanuman, whoever is the lovely that we're inviting in, all are merely unique expressions of the wholeness, as we are. This is the beauty of arati. When you invite in the divine friends, you're in essence chanting over and over and over in Sanskrit this, if I put it in English. Dear divine friend, please light my light so fully with your light that I will directly experience that I am also that same light. Please light my light so fully, so absolutely, so undeniably, that I will directly experience and realize that I am also a unique expression of that same light essence. This is arati. At the ashram, we would do this 3 times a day. Morning at 3:30 a.m., we would chant a morning arati. At noon, we would do a noon arati. And in the evening at 5 p.m., we would do another arati, where we're inviting grace, filleting ourselves wide open to allow ourselves to experience the inherent wholeness, that we are what they are. The divinity is right here in our humanity. There is no separation. And so, when we were invited into this at the ashram, I was so inspired. This was the summer of 1998 when I learned of this, my first visit to the ashram. I was so excited and inspired and enthusiastic. I went into the temple and I pranamed to the murti of Bhagavan Nityananda, a teacher within this lineage. And I then invited him in. And invited him in. And invited him in. And nothing happened. I didn't experience anything. And I left the temple and I was so distraught. Am I unworthy? Am I the one that will be left out from the absolute love of all the divine friends? And I was just so sad and in such a state of despair. I was believing that I am the one incarnated being that is somehow unworthy. And this began my journey of really getting in touch with that inherent belief within every human mind. Every incarnated being within the mind has a nagging, gnawing belief that we're somehow unworthy and not good enough. If they find out what I'm really like, they'll want nothing to do with me. I am so despicable. We can spiral all the way down into I am just so unlovable. I'm so terrible. I was waiting to see what word would come. And it could be so believable. We all are exploring this. Well, as I would keep going into the temple and bowing and pranaming and apparently opening my heart, what I started to realize day after day was I wasn't really all the way filleting my heart wide open, and I realized I was holding on to just enough of a safety net so that when I left, I could start to explain it away. Well, the reason I didn't experience anything is because I didn't really all the way open my heart. I didn't let myself be completely vulnerable. And it felt safer to me to have that safety net than to fully risk it all. What would it be like if I was to really all the way be vulnerable? So raw and real and right down in there of the absolute unworthy, despicable, failure, fraud, phony belief, and just let myself be fully wide open to the beings and find out for sure once and for all, is it true? Am I despicable? Am I the one incarnated being that is not worthy of the loving presence of the divine friends? This was very intense for me. And one day, I'd had it. No more faking it, no more pretending it, no more explaining it away because I held on to my safety net. No more of that. I went in and filleted myself open, and I just started sobbing and sobbing because I knew I was going to be disappointed, because I, in fact, am unworthy. And in that moment, a thought came in my mind. What if they're all just making it up? What if none of it is real? And I knew that wasn't true because I've had some experiences. But my mind was still trying to come up with something to entrap me in the limited perspective. And then that was it. No more of this. No. And I filleted myself so fully open that I was just completely and absolutely vulnerable. And as soon as that opened, and you're not that vulnerable until you are. And when you are, you can feel the difference. And in that moment, instantly, just like turning on a switch, the moment that I was fully and all the way completely vulnerable, I could feel a presence in my heart chakra, inside my body, powerfully and audibly. I heard and felt Bhagavan Nityananda very playfully say to me within my heart center, I invite you in. Oh, yes. I started belly laughing. Oh my goodness. And within the very center of my heart center, I could feel the presence of all the divine friends, all of them saying, we invite you in. In that moment, I realized they're as honored to invite me in as I am honored to invite them in, because I am what they are. In that absolute vulnerability is where we realize that we are that which the divinity is. The divinity is right here in our humanity. I realize that I am what they are, and they are what I am. And I'm experiencing a human event in which we believe fully that we are somehow separate, unworthy, and not good enough. And it's not true. It's not true. And you can't just believe in that with your mind. It has to be directly experienced. So this is why in the ancient lineages, they invite us to fillet ourselves wide open every day, over and over and over. And even though I had been doing all those oddities and all of the other ways that we invite in, I had never fully all the way risked it. And what I realized on that day is in absolute vulnerability is where we are the most empowered, because there's nothing left to protect. No fragile one anymore that we're protecting. We're letting the fragile one be completely and absolutely filleted wide open. In absolute vulnerability is where we are absolutely empowered, because we realize we are that everything is a unique expression of.